Happy Sunday to the internet computer holders. Much love to you guys for showing tremendous amount of love on the yesterday's update. But yeah, let's take a look at what's happening with ICP's price right now, as we are obviously closing off the weekend and approaching a brand new week ahead of us. Again, if you are wanting more internet computer updates, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and you guys like the video. It helps out the channel a lot. But as of today, you can see for yourself, internet computer is one of the very few coins that's up quite a bit. It's up 18%. It was up much more a few hours back, but seen a little bit of a retracement since then. But again, it is gaining a lot of traction right now. And again, on a weekly time frame, you can see it's one of the very few coins still up about 21.7%. And obviously on the monthly time frame, it's still in red, but it is picking up traction as we could see for ourselves. But as far as the price is concerned right now, it is sitting at $4, up 24% on the Bitcoin side of things. The valuation 2.25 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at about 400 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. I really want to talk about something with you guys, and that is the tokenomics. I've been covering internet computer for quite some time, and yesterday after I uploaded the internet computer update, then I realized, hold on, the tokenomics are looking great right now for internet computers. So is this the reason why there is, this driving force behind the price itself, or is it obviously, some of the enhancement that are happening within the internet computer blockchain, which I talked to you guys about yesterday? But you could see the tokenomics, the circulation supply, pretty much matching the total supply. And if you kind of go back a year ago, that was not the case. There were still a lot of coins that were still, to be unlocked. And as far as the unlock process is concerned, there's barely any unlocks coming now. Pretty much everything is out there at this point. And what's an even bigger thing is the fact that a huge chunk of this supply, the circulation supply right now, is staked, and it's staked longer than 1 year. A huge chunk of that. And if you want to put it into percentage, I think it's 44%, if I'm not mistaken, 44 to 45%, give or take. And again, the reason why we share these types of information is because, again, if you guys know basic economic rule, supply and demand, once the supply is low and the demand starts picking up, which internet computer is starting to show right now, it hasn't really shown that for quite some time. Then prices can tend to go up much quicker than a lot of people are realizing, especially when there is barely any coins in circulation. I'm not saying there's none. Of course, there's still a lot, but it's not 100% of this 539 million that you're seeing. But let's take a look at what's happening with the dominance. Dominance started off at 60.12% a few hours back, but you can see, we have pulled down since then. And this is really, the driving force behind, some of these coins that already had momentum on themselves, picking up. And over the last 1 hour, we did see a little bit of a bounce. But again, Bitcoin did see a retracement once again, which was making, all those gains that we saw over the last 1 hour kind of, vanish. You can see for yourself, Bitcoin went up to 111,000, I'm sorry, 110,800 just a few minutes ago. And that caused a lot of coins to go up over the last 1 hour, but we have seen that short lived. But again, obviously, we're in a weekend. That's something we want to factor in, but the dominance looking good right now. That's something I want you guys to look at. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, you can see for yourself, we're sitting at 110,200. Just mentioned to you guys how the price of Bitcoin did make its way up to this 110,000, I'm sorry, $110,800 price point, which we kind of got rejected at, and we are pretty much back down to the $110,200 price point. But still, managing within the 23.6 and closing here would be amazing as far as the daily candle is concerned, which is about to happen actually as of recording this update. But let's take a look at internet computer. So I talked to you guys about in the last update about how ICP, you want to see the ICP price, breaking above, where it was prior to this major retracement. We came very, very close to that. We retested $4.33 just a few hours back. But of course, we got rejected. There is some resistance built up around that range. So, there's no secret that, we kind of got rejected at that price point. But again, looks like the momentum is building up. Again, we have not seen this much volume for internet computer, even when the prices were back at, December levels. That is the interesting aspect that I want you guys to be focusing on right now. You could see for yourself, Internet Computer back on December 6th, again, of last year, everything went up at that price point. I'm sure you guys know a lot of altcoins felt a lot of love. And even if you compare the volume, we're seeing more volume right now compared to then. And that is, quite interesting in my opinion. But let's take a closer look on the hourly time frame and really understand what is happening with Internet Computer. So, like I said, yesterday when I recorded this update for you guys, we were sitting at around, I think, $3.40 or $3.70, give or take. Yeah, 3.70, $3.70. I remember now. So since then, the price of Internet Computer went up an additional 20%, which is amazing to see. And now you could see, we did come up to the $4.33. Like I said, came very close to, where we were prior to, this major retracement. But reclaiming back above there is where the things get exciting, in my opinion, because yes, this price action is very exciting. No one's denying that, but we just cannot forget that the price was already there prior to, this major retracement. It's pretty much kind of balancing itself, but it is outpacing the broader market. Like it is outpacing a lot of altcoins right now. Because there's a lot of other altcoins that were impacted by this major retracement, but yet, none of them actually have, revisited their levels prior to that. So that is a bullish point right now. But look at it for yourself. After we broke out, got rejected at that $4.36 price point, this resistance is playing as a support for us around $4 price point. So I like what we're seeing here, for Internet Computer. And maybe again, and also, this major move that we're seeing right now, of course, uptick in the volume, but it just makes me wonder, are people are finally starting to realize, Internet Computer tokenomics are better and maybe they're getting in, or is it market makers that are getting in? Let me know your thoughts down below as to what you think. Of course, in terms of its blockchain itself, there's a lot happening, but you just cannot compare. Of course, it could be, people always say it could be this, it could be that. I've said this from day one. Yes, it is a very unique project. It's a very unique blockchain. But with that being said, it's easy to, say, oh yeah, it could be the next Ethereum, it could be the next Solana, but it takes time for, users to come on board, developers developing on there, which is definitely happening, but it's not at the scale of those big boys that we have just mentioned. But Internet Computer, as far as the price is concerned, it could start getting exciting if it's able to break above, let me give you guys the exact level, or if it's able to break out of this resistance, which obviously is not a resistance right now, it's a support for us. If it's able to break out of this key range and start retesting $4.68, things could start getting exciting, in my opinion, for Internet Computer. But again, one step at a time. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think. Do you guys think this time around we're going to see what happened back in 2024? Let me know in the comments. And of course, let me know if you want to see more of these updates. Much love. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX and peace.